Debra Moge.
Hi everybody, as you heard, this is my first time. And I gotta admit, I'm nervous, but that's not unusual because most people's number one fear is speaking in public. Their number two fear is dying. So I figure by doing stand-up, I can speak in public and die at the same time. I was also told that I should look in the audience, which is you guys, and imagine that you're naked. That's supposed to make me feel less nervous. Whoa! That makes me feel a little better. But I'm afraid that really didn't help me too much, but maybe I don't have that good of an imagination. So I was wondering if maybe some of you could help me out and get naked. Yeah? Well, anyway. Honestly, I'm happy to be here. And speaking of honesty, why is it that we have such a difficult time telling the truth? For example, the other day, I was filling my car with gas, and this guy comes up to me and asks me for some money. Instead of telling him no, I told him that I only had my debit card. Well, he took out his cell phone and a card swipe. I ended up giving him $5. I'm not using that excuse again. No, maybe it's not so much about being honest as it is having a good excuse. Well, what we need is a book of excuses. We could have an excuse for being late, breaking a date, not having any money, or if a cop stops us. It would absolutely be a number one seller. We could also have an app for our phone so we could take our excuses with us whenever and wherever we need them. And, stay with me, we can log who we gave what excuse to and when. That way we're always on top of our excuses. It would absolutely be a bestseller, a book of excuses. I've been meaning to write it, but just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So one of the places that you may not know that's known for being honest is Switzerland. They have the best banking system in the world. You have to be honest when you're dealing with money. But what you may not know about Switzerland is that they haven't been in a war for 500 years. It's a good thing though. Have you seen the Swiss Army knife? It's not much of a weapon. Maybe you could tweeze someone to death or use that corkscrewy thing. But Switzerland, stay in banking. I've been in Phoenix for 8 years now, and this has probably been the hottest summer. Probably because of the guy that just moved in next door to me. He is super hot, oh my goodness. But seriously, when it's hot like this, you gotta think of creative ways to stay cool. There's a casino that advertises a pool party, which sounded like a really good idea till I thought of the name, Release. There's no way I'm getting into that water. It was so hot the other day that I wasn't burning, I was cooking. By the time I got home, I smelled like chicken. My cats were so excited when I walked through the door, they thought I was dinner. I had to fight them off. And they were so disappointed when I opened up their can of cat food. They were still looking for the chicken. And I had to tell them, no guys, here's your food, and you know, it was just a big mess. Yeah, I have cats, 5 of them. I'm not a cat lady, I'm a cat woman. They usually get along, but sometimes they get into a fight, and it's usually the same two. But the other guys gather around and egg them on, and I swear the last time it looked like they were taking bets. Well, I usually travel to Jacksonville for Thanksgiving, and I'll take the cats, but they get nervous. So my vet gave me some kitty downers. Well, I really don't know what they were, but they tasted fishy, and they were hard to swallow. But they were great, because I don't even remember taking the flight. I definitely want to take the cats on more trips. Well, guys, you've been great. Thank you very much.